Hello friends, this is Ashirwad here, and in this video we are going to make a program in which we'll learn how to take values when we are running the program. Okay, so this is very important guys, so just pay attention. So let's begin, and before we proceed, let me clear one important concept about classes. Okay, so what thing I want to explain is that Java has many inbuilt classes. Okay, it has a huge class library in which you can use for your purpose. Okay, and the way Java organizes these classes is it stores the classes inside something called package, okay, or packages. So we have different packages for different types of classes. Okay, so the package that we are going to use in our program is called Java X. Okay, so this is just a name of package, and inside this package we have one more package called swing. Okay, swing, inside this swing package we have a very special class called JOptionPane. Okay, now this class is the class which we are going to use so often in our programs, and in fact this JOptionPane class is used to take inputs, as well as we can use it for displaying outputs on the screen in the form of messages. Okay, so let us begin, and just remember that this class is stored in swing package, and the swing package is itself stored in Java X package. So don't get confused in this term package, guys. Okay, package is just a thing or just a storage area where Java stores specific classes. Okay, so you will come to know about the other packages as we go along in this series. Okay, so let's write some code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new text document which is going to be my next program, and I'm giving it a name as hello.java. okay, and we press enter and say yes, and in this file I'm going to write the code. And what I'm going to do in this program is I will be entering a value, a name of a person for example, and it will display that name only on screen. Okay, so let's begin. So public class, the name must be the same as with what I had saved the program, and it is hello in this case. I specify the region of the class by these curly brackets, make some space, and what comes inside? The main function. Okay, so the way we write main function is of course public static void main, and inside the brackets you write string square brackets and args. Okay, so this is how we write main function in Java, and as I told earlier, few of these things will not be clear to you as of now, so just remember they are written as it is, and they will be clear to you with the time as we go along. Okay, so the first thing is of course I'm going to need a variable, okay, of type string. Okay, remember the string is actually a class in which I can store strings, okay, characters. For example, a name of a person, okay, in which I have multiple characters. So that is exactly what I am going to need, and that is exactly why I have taken the data type of this variable s as string. Okay, now in this s I am going to store the name, but the name should not be given like this. For example, I type a name Scott and semicolon. Now this is perfectly all right, and I can display this variable s on screen, of course, but the problem is every time I run this program I will have Scott displayed on screen. Okay, so this is what I don't want. What I want is I will enter a name from my side and only that name should be displayed. Okay, so I'm going to use some different type of code here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a predefined class, as I mentioned earlier, JOptionPane. Okay, how can I say that this is a class? Its first letter is capital. Okay, so remember, this is how we identify the classes. Okay, and I use dot operator. And why do I use dot operator? Because I want to use a function which is stored or defined inside this JOptionPane class. Okay, and the name of the function is show input dialog. Okay, and inside the brackets of this function you can write a message like enter a name. Okay, now since JOptionPane is an inbuilt class, a predefined class, we must tell in this program that to what package this class belongs, or in other words I should say we must import the package for this JOptionPane class in my program. Otherwise the Java compiler will simply not recognize what JOptionPane is. Okay, so how do I import a package? Just before your class declaration, right here, just above it, you write import, and remember the package name which I had written earlier, it's JavaX. Okay, and inside this package I have another package called swing, and inside this package I have this JOptionPane class and semicolon. Okay, so this is the way we import packages in any program. Okay, so what this import statement is going to do is it is going to tell Java compiler when we run this program, or when we compile this program, that we are going to use one of the functions of this class. Okay, JOptionPane class, and that is why we have imported this, and that is exactly what I have done here. I have used a function or method called show input dialog, which is defined in this class. Okay, and I am able to use this class because I have imported the package inside which I have this class. So just remember this this way of writing code. Okay, so now I have the value stored in S. Okay, what this show input dialog function going to do is it is going to ask me for entering a name, and then I will type a name, and that time is the time when my program is running. Okay, and that time I will type a name, and that name will be stored in S. Okay, whatever I type. Now I can display it on screen as usual, system.out.println. What do I write here? S. Okay, so our program is ready. One last thing that you have to understand is the show input dialog function is written like this, and I have used this function after this equal to sign. Okay, after this equal to sign. So this indicates that this show input dialog function is actually returning a value to this variable s. Now, this is something which you should always remember, that a function may or may not return a value. Okay, just like this println function, I have not used it something like this. This is wrong. Why? Because this println function does not return any value, okay, to a variable. So I don't use it like I have used show input dialog. Okay, and since show input dialog returns a value, and that value is going to be stored in s. So this is what you have to understand. And to be exact, we can say show input dialog function returns a string type of value. Okay, and since it returns a string type of value, that string type of value is going to be stored in s. So this is the explanation of this show input dialog method. Okay, now our program is ready. I can save it and minimize this screen, and I can load my command line. And here I am going to, first of all, let me change the folder. It is Java code. Okay, now inside this folder I have my program saved with the name hello. So first step is to compile it, of course. Java C hello.java. Now it shows error. Okay, I have written the spelling of this println wrong, so I can actually go back to my program and I can correct it here, println. Okay, now save this again, minimize it, and here I am going to compile it again. Java C space hello.java. Now it has compiled successfully, and now I can run it. So how do I run it? Java and the name of the program, don't give extension. Okay, so when I press enter key, just observe what happens. Now observe this. This is a box, a message box, which is displaying a text field where the cursor is blinking, as you can see, and actually the program is waiting for me to type a value. Okay, this is what show input dialog function does. Fine, so let me type a name here, Scott, and now when I press OK, see what happens here. The name is displayed. Okay, now let me run the program again. Java hello. I don't need to compile it because the bytecode has already been generated, so I can simply run it again. So when I run it again, the box appears one more time as it should, and I type another name, say Roy, and now when I press OK button, it displays Roy. Okay, so I hope the concept is clear. This program is kind of interactive because it is allowing me to enter a value which I want to enter, and according to that entered value, the program is reacting. Okay, so this is what we can get from this show input dialog function, and this is how we ask values from user, especially when the program is running. Okay, so I hope the meaning of this show input dialog function is clear to you, and also the meaning of importing packages is also clear. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Do like and subscribe, and in the next video we are going to cover up we are going to use this show input dialog method more and more, so that the other things are also clear to you. So thank you so much once again.